owe a lot of you, a lot of gratitude. I still have to go around and say thank you. If I tell you that what has happened in the last few weeks have not been a shock to me, I will be lying. Because I never expected that we will find ourselves in this sort of situation again. Let me fast forward and say, you remember the unfortunate incident that led many of you here to live with me from our other party. When we had that problem, I came to you and you told me this is the way to go. And wherever you go, we go with you. We, as one family fighting injustice, agreed to go to PDP. And many of the leaders we met in PDP opened their arms to receive us. Came together and said Obaseki must return. In that process, you remember, we came to join a new party, a new platform. Even when we were in that situation, I said, you have to carry me and my deputy. There is no negotiation on that. If you want, if I have to serve as governor, then it must be me and my. The rest is history. But you have heard my deputy say many times that he escorted me to PDP. And you know that we have had challenges in terms of integrating into the PDP platform, like you will have in any marriage. But since we started, because of my background, I said, look, you have to learn to give people responsibility. Because what is important is when we build institutions, not build individuals. Because individuals will come and go, the institutions will remain. That is why in anything I'm doing, I call the deputy, call SAD, say, this is what I am doing just in case of tomorrow. When I'm not able to do something, I say, please go and do this. When I'm going on vacation, I take power, I say, I hand over power to you. First time, he called me when I was on vacation. What do I do, sir? Well, I said, you are in charge. Make your mistakes. When I come, I will correct it. Because I'm an individual. God forbid, if I didn't come back from that journey, will they not continue? Will he not? The power is not my own. God put me there. So, the way we operated was as a trio. That is to say, government must continue. We must know, everybody must know what we are doing. Everybody must know what each person is doing. And you can only do that if there's absolute trust that the person will not go back and do something else. That is how we ran Edo through all the crises we have had in the last 7 years. But you cannot continue to live in crisis. You must, at some point, look for peace. Let me go to the other side, the other part of our politics. Even when we joined, you know, it was difficult. But we tried. But remember the elections of 2020 that brought us in and how we fared. Okay, it was difficult for us in Edo North and in Esako. After that election, I felt this is the time to strengthen the party, correct our mistakes, so that we can build a solid platform in Edo North. And in everything I did, I said, look, Edo North Deputy, help me manage it. Appointments, please talk to the leaders. Let me know what they have said. Contracts, call people from the place and give to them. A party, ruling party in the state, with local governments, look at the way we fared in the last election. Such that today, PDP does not have one member of the House of Assembly from Isako. Is that good? No. Is that good? No. Has it happened before? No. Where, by background, if they give you a responsibility and you fail in that responsibility, what happens? We change you. But we did not. We said, what's going wrong? How do we correct it? Then the local government elections came. Same thing. Some of you are here, right? How many times did I have meetings? Call all the aspirants, chairmanship aspirants, try to get settlement. Say, Deputy, go and help us settle this. Everywhere we went, trouble. Crisis. How can you run a party like that? But yet, I said nothing. Let us be managing. It came to a head with the chairmanship of Akoko Edo. And we first had a problem with Onwa East. We then had a problem with Akoko Edo, where the people from Akoko Edo said, this is the person we want for chairmanship. Deputy said, this is the person that we give you. I said, how can? Give the people what they want. I call around, who is the person who can help us put this local government together and run this local government? They say it is this person. I said to him, I called party chairman. When party chairman asked me, I said, give the people what they want. That is democracy. I did that. He had already, and before now, the constitution makes me the governor of Edo State. And I know the powers of the governor. The constitution does not provide for a co-governor. Does it? No. Provides for a deputy governor who does what carries out the responsibility the governor gives to him. Does not give him the power of the governor. He left, he went to Abuja even without telling me. The next day I saw on television at the inauguration of the National Assembly, they saw videos flying all over the place. Before we knew what, videos were flying all over the place. He was going around. He had been boasting that he was going to leave the party. And before now, I will come back to this. Before now, he had been going around saying he's consulting. Because after the National Assembly elections, we met. We had a small meeting. And I said, look, I know the next major election will be the gubernatorial election. How to choose the person who will succeed me. But it is too early. The things we do now, how we finish well, will determine how strong we are to sell the person who will take over. But more importantly, we must solidify our party, because PDP must, by the grace of God, produce the next governor. So the work we must be doing now is how to consolidate the party, how to reconcile the party, how to make the party one again. That is why I took specific interest in the local government election, so that we can consolidate and unify our party. So when all these issues were coming out for the local government nominations, everywhere I went, there were already camps. Oh, this is for deputy, this is for... I said, but I have not finished my term. Won't you allow me finish? Can you be dividing the food by back? Till tomorrow, the deputy has never come to meet me one-on-one to say, Oga, you know what? I'm thinking of running. I want to see how I can succeed you when you finish. Meanwhile, he said he is consulting. I sat down, I kept quiet. So, well, if you think I am somebody you come and tell me, impose your idea on when you are finished consulting, I will be watching. I didn't say anything. He's going around doing all sorts. But let me go back to what really happened and created this problem. I proclaimed the House of Assembly. He was in Abuja. Before he left, I called the chairman. The chairman is here. I said, look, I want nominations for commissioners. What we normally do, we will sit down, about 5 of us, looking at the list, local government and local government, what have been submitted. Ask the chairman. That morning, I called him for the meeting. What did he say? He said he will not attend. That is why Isako does not have commissioner. He said he will not attend. I said, okay, well, let us go ahead. I will still give him that respect for us to consider when he's ready. He then went to Abuja. This Akoko Edo thing happened. He went and he boasting, he says he has connections in Abuja, he has people, he has been in the National Assembly with, they are all with the president now, that they will take care of him. If he cannot get the tickets of PDP, he knows what to do. I kept quiet. So I thought we were together. But what struck me, and I've never said this to anybody, is that after I proclaimed the House of Assembly, we're now going to elect officers to the House of Assembly. He was in Abuja. He came back that day. I'm the chief security officer of the state. I get any information I need. But I have that responsibility to keep quiet and use the information properly. My deputy called a leader in APC, telling that leader that during the elections the next day of the leadership, particular speaker of the House of Assembly, that he has 5 members who are loyal to him, and that he would like the 7 members of APC to work with the 5 members of PDP to produce a speaker. This information will still be corroborated by somebody else. At that point, I called the PDP members to my house just to familiarize with them. And as usual, he tried to barge in. I said, well, you cannot just come to my house. It's my private house. It's not even government house. You have to have the courtesy. But now, it is my prerogative whether I want you to come in or not. After I heard what he had done, I said, you can't come into our meeting. We met, agreed. The next day, we went to the House of Assembly. He went there, and we did what we did. As far as I'm concerned, that was not working in our common interest. Why would the deputy governor seek to have another candidate, another speakership candidate, outside of what the governor wants? Are we working together? No. That is where I now knew that we had a problem. To say the deputy governor had become so desperate to take over that he would do anything, including carrying out a coup against his governor. How can you say you are loyal and you don't do that sort of a thing? The rest, you observed. He was going around, he would go to places, just as if we are not the same government again. When you ask him about something, he will agree, the next day we'll be doing something else. His Excellency Michael Gedome called for a meeting. He called Senator Ali Bekena for that meeting in his house. I went for the meeting. Deputy said, oh no, sorry, he was just consulting. Denied, nothing will happen again. He will just keep quiet until it is time. I said, the timetable for the election is not even out. Why not wait? There's a lot of work for us to do. Let us not be distracted. But for him, no. He continued. I didn't say a word. And I haven't said a word to him. The next thing I knew, he went to court. He said he's going on holiday. I approved as usual for him to go on his annual holidays. And he traveled. He didn't tell me he's traveling. And the next thing I knew is that they are serving us summons that he has gone to court, that there's a plan to impeach him. Say, impeach you? What have you done? There's not, if you want to run for the office of governor, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's your constitutional right to run for the office if you want to. However, you are in the same cabinet with me. Please, there is a way you do something. Even if you are trying to show respect to the people, if people see you now, even before the time, going around, what do you expect all the other candidates and all the other people who have an interest to do? Their natural feeling is that, the governor has already, governor don't say. Meanwhile, governor never say. Huh? So I cannot support such unfairness. Let us have the timetable. Let us sit down with our leaders. Let us agree how we want to do this thing. Are we going to be doing to me to you, or we want to allow other people participate? Let us agree. He says we want to impeach him. I called the speaker. Speaker, what am I hearing? Is there anything? Some of you came to Benin that Sunday for one meeting. You remember? Yes. That was when the speaker told me that he phoned, that they said they want to. I said, but what did you tell him? He said he didn't. He told you that there's nothing of the sort. I called, I asked, checked the bills. I said, what is going on? Who wants to impeach? And for why? Before you know what? I got court summons that we should, saying that he wants to get an order preventing us, stopping us from impeaching him. So since there's no such plan, it doesn't bother me. But what was kind of disturbing was the excuses he gave in his petition. This is a matter before the courts. I don't want to talk much about it. How can somebody swear to an affidavit, right? A public officer, with information that is patently wrong and false, that we stopped him from coming into ESCO. Meanwhile, you attended that ESCO and you signed. So I think I've heard what you have said. I am not angry. I'm just disappointed. Because there's nothing to life. God is the one that gives power. Isn't it? I haven't said this is the person that will succeed me or not. I don't have that power. It's God that eventually will have it. I have a say, but that say cannot be absolute. I have to still come and consult with all of you. And we still have more than a year for us to finish. So I've heard you, but the person you are asking me to forgive, has he come to tell you he did anything wrong? When all these things have started, did he call any of you to say this is what is going on? So how can you try and shave a man's head in his absence? So I think the first thing is to even get the person you are apologizing for to come and tell you what he has done wrong and whether he really is apologetic. So like I said, God is the one that has ultimate power. And it said to forgive is divine. So I've heard you, but I'm the one they are suing. Huh? Except you are saying I should just keep quiet and not defend myself. Huh? So the person that you should be pleading with is the person who has gone to court. But I can assure you that if you bring him and genuinely he's really repentant, we will look at the matter. We will be going around for the local government council elections. Today, we have nominated 3 commissioners from ESACO. We are moving on because government must continue. We will come and we go. But our government and democracy, by the grace of God, will continue. We want to make sure that we strengthen our local governments. We want to make sure that local governments do the work they are supposed to do. And we want to make sure we have the right people in local governments. That is why we took time to go through some of your nominees, both as councillors and as local government chairmen and vice chairmen. I want us to mobilize and show, particularly in Esako, that PDP is the party. All the support you need, I will give. There are things we haven't done yet. There are appointments, political appointments, board appointments. There are many other things. It's not that we have not been doing it. But I used to give it to one man to do it for us in Edo North. Now, it will not happen again. Everything we are doing, we will come to you directly, one-on-one. Esako West, you will make your decision. Let us know the people you are recommending for political appointments, and we do. Esako East, we do the same thing. Esako Central, we will do the same thing. And we do it by making sure that we consult widely, so that whoever we bring out is somebody or people who are representing your views, and we make sure that they bring the message from Benin back home so that we can develop this place. So I've told you everything I've said to you tonight. There's evidence to show, and there are weaknesses. But it is not about judging a case with anybody. It's about making sure that as we finish, we stop having crisis in Edo. We stop abusing people. We try and be civil. You may disagree with somebody, but you should still show respect to that person. By the grace of God, we'll go through this. But please don't ask me to do something I don't have the power to do. I want to thank you and assure you that this is a new beginning. I will make sure that periodically we have this kind of meetings, even if it's not as large, but at least on a local government basis.